Well, hey guys, welcome to the fourth episode. Hey, YouTube Live, welcome to the fourth episode of Winning at Work and Home. I'm excited to be here. We just had a great chamber luncheon. I wanted to brag just a titch for our city that we're in. We got new business of the year for opening up the real estate office. So super pumped on that. I want to touch on that a little bit later on why I feel that happened. But yeah, just in between, we're having a little open house, little agent happy hour tonight at the office. So I thought I'd come home real quick and kind of record this for you guys because it's on my list of things to do in order for me to win the day today. So that's another thing we're going to be talking about in this podcast as well. So on this one, I want to talk about four topics. Number one, we're going to be talking about dropping the anchors and finding the elevators. We'll hit that. The second thing I want to talk about is three components to begin to feel good. The third thing is talking about winning the day, which I kind of hinted at. This is something I need to do, check off the list in order for me to, quote, win the day. And the fourth one is good people make good places. So I want to hit those four topics today. Like I said, I'm kind of squeezing it in here, but I'm excited as always. Man, you guys are always on my mind. I just want you to know that. Now it's funny because I'm pulled over so much more than I was before. You know, I do the mindset minutes, try to get those 5 days a week. But now it's like I'm pulling over more in my little notebook and writing notes down and different things. But then I'm sitting here without my notebook to really things and ideas and thoughts and things that I wanted to share with you. But anyways, let's talk about one of the first topic is drop the anchors, find the elevators. And what I mean about that is drop the people in your life that are holding you back, that are really don't have your best interests in hand. And I know sometimes that's an interesting topic, right? Because, you know, you could feel that it's your spouse, and I'm definitely not an advocate of dropping your spouse and of divorce. And I feel that when you make a commitment, when you make a vow to someone, you know, in my marriage, in my life, it was a vow to God, and I'm committed to my wife till death do us part. And it is what it is. Now, fortunately, I have a wonderful wife, and our relationship's awesome. And I couldn't ask for anything better. Yes, we have our ups and down days. Yes, it's, you know, marriage, relationships are challenging. You know, yes, she's the complete opposite of me, you know, which is good. I mean, it counterbalances, it counteracts. If I was married to myself, I would drive myself crazy. I just would. You know, I'm a kind of needy guy, and it's just, you know, and I'm high strung sometimes, and you know, I do like to talk a lot, hence the reason maybe for starting this podcast a little bit, but it's just true. So I feel, you know, when we talk about dropping those anchors, you know, you may know, or you have some people in your life that you may need to limit the relationship. You may need to limit the amount of time that you are around that individual. You know, I'm not sure what it is in your workplace. There may be that person that wants to visit, that wants to hang out. And when you walk away, when you leave, you do not feel good just inside. You don't feel good about yourself. Maybe you're drained, whatever, because they don't have maybe your, it just doesn't work, right? There may be certain things or a certain way that you want to act and behave and hopefully going through the day on task and on target, and not complaining, but coming through a place of gratitude. And they are completely the opposite. And you can find yourself sometimes getting caught up in the conversations that you don't want to have. You can find yourself sometimes, you know, getting caught up in the certain emotions that you don't want to have. It's funny, I just want to stop real quick. The lighting in here, it's one of those afternoon lights, and it's not good. I look completely pale. So if you're watching this on YouTube, it's like, wow, dude, you need to get some sun. But anyways, a little side note, don't want to get off track. But you know those people, you know, it could be family members, right? And I'm not saying disown your family. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is be aware and limit the amount of time that's spent with them, the amount of time that you're in contact with them, because it really is so important in their life. There may be certain people that are just bringing you down, and we really have to watch that. And I'm not sure if that is making sense to you. I'm not sure if you have those people in your life, but I want you to be aware of it. And then what I mean by find the elevators is find the people that lift you up. Find the people that believe in you as a person, and that every time you leave them, or every time that your time that you're around them, your spirits get lifted. You feel better. You're motivated. You're excited. Whatever it may be, find those people that you enjoy. It could just be people that you enjoy hanging out with and shooting the breeze, or just going to have a beer with, or just going to have breakfast with, or lunch or coffee. Be around those people more. Really take care and nurture that relationship. Because a lot of who we are and what we become, a lot of it has to do with the relationships that we develop in our lives. And we really need to think about that. I mean, we're not on an island. There are people, in our life that experience life with us. And we need to make sure that we have less of the anchors in our life, less of the people that bring us down, and more of the people that lift us up. It's so important. So you may want to take inventory, this weekend or whatever, or the next couple of days, and look at the people and be aware, saying, okay, these people, when I leave, I do not feel good. I need to limit my time around them. And it's very interesting with me. I mean, I don't want to say I'm a jerk, and I don't ever want to come off as a jerk. And if you know me, you know that my heart is really good and I'm not a jerk. But I just don't care to be in any conversations or any drama or anything. And the people that, may complain about the government, complain about taxes, complain about, maybe their health, maybe their relationships, maybe their boss, maybe their job. It ain't happening. I mean, I just don't get in those conversations. I think people pretty much know at this particular point that, not to bring that up. I mean, I'll just straight up leave. I mean, I'm maybe a little more subtle about it than that. But yeah, I have no time for that at all whatsoever. No time. And you don't have time for that kind of stuff as well. And, if you are that person, then I guess you need to stop being an anchor and work on being more of an elevator. So that's it on that topic. Take inventory and make some adjustments in your relationships. The second thing I want to talk about, guys, is 3 components to feel good. 3 components to feel good. And this is kind of coming off the Mindset Minute that I did the other day, labeled kettlebells and back squats. And really it was a workout as a 16-minute EMOM, which is every minute on the minute. We would do a certain amount of back squats in that minute's time, and then you would immediately then go to kettlebells for the second minutes for 16 minutes. And it absolutely crushed me. But the point of that, I was inspired to do a video after that workout, after I caught my breath and realized that I was going to be okay and not pass out, and regain my air and my composure. But I was inspired to do that because, most people, and this is a quote I believe from Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N, which is somebody who Jim Rohn passed away in 2009, but somebody you need to look up on YouTube, and you need to get some of his books and his audio, and you really, really should throw it in there. So Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N, his CD collection, Challenge to Succeed, I probably listened to 15, 16 times. It's a must if you are looking to grow and personally develop. But I think he made the quote, and it could have been Zig Ziglar. I'm not sure. Forgive me if I get it wrong. But he said people do not most people do not do well, because they do not feel well. Let me re-say that. Most people do not do well because they do not feel well. And listen, if you don't feel good, if you're going throughout the day not feeling good, you don't have the energy, you don't have the mindset, you just don't feel good about your health in general, it runs over on everything. Everything, your relationships, your parenting, your business, your career, everything is affected. God has given us a body, and that body, that mind gets us around. I mean, we got to take care of it. There's no other alternative. We don't have another body. You know, this we are who we are, and the body that God's given us, we need to take care of it. And if we're not taking care of it, we're not going to have the energy to do the things or the mindset, or we're not going to be around long enough to make the impact that we can make. You know, I was talking to somebody at the chamber luncheon, the awards luncheon, and we were talking a little bit about this. And he said he had a great friend, and I forget the story exactly, that died at such a young age. That died at, I want to say he was 51. And he said, you know, one of the biggest things that helps him to exercise, and what he does is run every day and stay in shape, is because he watched one of his best friends go way, way, way early. And he said he remembered his friend was such an incredible individual, had so much more to contribute, so much more that he could have given in this world, but he did not take care of his body. And he ended up, I think he told me he had a heart attack because he was obese and just did not eat right. And really, guys, listen, you know, that's a big thing for me. You know, what kind of keeps me focused a little bit more is now that I think about it, yes, the contribution, but a lot of it has to do with me wanting to be able to play with my grandkids, me wanting to be able to see my kids grow up and start their family, wanting to be able to you know, grow old with my wife and take those trips and have those times and have those memories with her. You know, but if I don't take care of my body and I don't eat healthy and exercise, you know, that's not going to happen. And as I said before, I understand that disease comes in. You know, I saw that with my mom. I saw that my mom was extremely healthy. You know, she exercised. She didn't have the best eating habits. She really liked sugar and candy. But I had to watch her life end at age 35. And she was so beautiful and just amazing woman, and the amount of stuff that she could have contributed. You know, now understand, I do understand that you can be healthy and you can eat right, you can do all this and disease comes. I get that. But I don't want to invite it in. I don't want to make it easier for that disease to come into my life. I want to make sure that I'm doing all that I can to fight it off. And, you know, and that's a big thing for me, because I saw her, you know, leave this earth and not able to see the grandkids, not able to see what I've done in my life, not able to help me through the different struggles. And I don't want my kids to go through that same thing. So that's a big why for me. And you have to come up with your why. But it's so important, guys. So the 3 components to feel good. Okay, number 1 is you obviously have to exercise. You have to have a plan. You have to do something every day that is going to get your heart rate up. And there's so many different ways that you can do that, but you gotta do it every single day. Do something that gets your heart rate up and makes you sweat. Now listen, I'm not a health expert, so I'm not gonna sit here and try to, you know, say, well, you gotta get your heart rate up for, you know, 22 minutes and inside of that, the best thing is to be also doing strength training mixed in with cardio for, I'm not there to tell you that. I'm there to say exercise daily. Do something daily. You know, if you do like CrossFit, like me and my wife do, you know, we need one day off where we just kind of recover. And Sunday's that day where it's like, no, I'm not doing any exercise. But, you know, you get out and you do yard work and things like that. But number one is you got to exercise daily. Basic stuff, right? It's like, whoa, dude, thanks for telling me. Like, I didn't know that. I'm just trying to here to encourage you and hopefully inspire you and give you reasons why you should do that. You know, if you have a family, if you have more that you should give, you should probably get off your butt and do something and start to exercise if you're not exercising. Because if you're sitting and whining and complaining, you don't have energy, and, you know, my gosh, I'm just tired all the time, and blah, 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 well, you may want to start with some exercise. Okay? Number two is nutrition. Nutrition. Now listen, I'm not a nutrition expert, I'm not a health expert, but I have a pretty good idea that soda isn't good, candy isn't good, you know, there's certain fast food isn't good, right? You know, you don't have to be an expert to look at something and know that it's probably not good for your body, right? So I would suggest, okay, putting in some exercise and then start to eat correctly. For me, I keep it very simple. Not that I eat good all the time. I'm not saying that by any stretch of the imagination, but I actually eat all right and I eat pretty good because I keep it simple. Every single day I write down nothing bad in. Nothing bad in. And what I mean by that is I don't want to put anything bad in my body. So I can look at something very quick and say, is that good for your body? And I can look at it and say, no. So then I got to make a decision. But at least I'm aware of it on a daily basis, okay, that my goal for the day, one of my things in my health is nothing bad in. So then I can do it. Does that always work when I go to 7-Eleven and I see those nice little carrot cakes? No, because those things are so freaking good. Love the carrot cakes. No, but a lot of times it does. A lot of times it does work for me. So no bad in. So number one, exercise daily, nutrition, nothing bad in. And number three, a big component, which I think is huge, which I'm kind of pumped on, I'm kind of excited because I'm reading that book, Rest, is rest. Proper rest. You know, that's when you're resting at night, when you're sleeping, that's when your brain is repairing. That's when your brain is organizing its thoughts and its different things. I mean, it's working. It's working. That's when the tissue repair is going on and all those different things. So if you're short on sleep and you don't take time in the day to rest, your brain, your body is not repairing itself. It's not recovering. Okay? Your creativity, everything in your body is being broken down. So rest is a huge, huge thing. And you need to make sure you're resting. You need to make sure that you're taking time. And I really do not want to hear the excuse from anybody. I don't want to hear it that you just don't have time. Yes, you have time. You have time. We talked about this, I think, in the first podcast or maybe the second one, you know, that everybody has time. Everybody's on social, you know, cruising down their Instagram images, their Facebook page. Everybody's got 20 minutes, okay? It's what you choose to do with those 20 minutes in that time. And everybody can shut their eyes and they can rest. Now, some people are like, well, I just can't take a nap. I don't know how to take a nap. Well, begin to try, practice it. You know, you may, after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, you may be able to doze off in a 20-minute time. But you got to practice it. If anything, if you just shutting your eyes, closing your eyes, and getting in a place of rest, okay, that's in itself is so beneficial. You don't have to get into REM sleep and be completely out for an hour and a half, 2 hours, although they say that's incredibly good. You know, with this book, what I'm reading is it gives some examples of some of the amazing leaders, CEOs of Fortune 500 companies and all of this that we all look at them, right? We're like, well, they never sleep. They just probably go, 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 go. It's quite the opposite with the most creative ones and the ones that are most influential. They take rest. They take naps are very, very incredibly popular for people that have to be creative. Now, if you're in a job and you start getting tired around 1 o'clock and you're just like, I'm going to slam a sugar soda drink, and you don't need to be that productive for the rest of the day. I mean, basically after 1:30 on, you know, you can pretty much be out of it and not be that good at your job and your work and just kind of get by, then I have to say that you might not need rest, right? If you just want to then go home and just be really tired and not maybe be a great dad or have the energy for it because you're burned out from work, because you worked all day and you tried to tough it out and you didn't want to take a 20-minute nap, and you can just come home and sit on the couch and maybe nap and zone out and just not have the energy to love your wife or spend the time with your kids, maybe playing catch or taking a walk. You know, if you have that luxury, then I guess you don't need a nap. But if you want to understand that during your lunch break or your lunchtime or in the afternoon, that you understand that if you lay down and take a rest for 20 minutes to an hour, that after that time, whether that's 2:30 or 3 or 4 o'clock, that you're going to be able to finish out the rest of the day with still more creativity. You're going to be able to finish the day by loving your husband, you know, having the energy for him, having the energy and the mindset to play with your kids, and just feeling good as opposed to feeling groggy. Okay, that sounds much better to me. That seems like more of the winning route right there, is to spend your time taking the 20 to 40 minutes to an hour, taking your nap, and then finish out the rest of the day incredibly strong, as opposed to finishing out the rest of the day incredibly weak, right? So I think the nap thing is incredibly important. I know it's incredibly important. So it's really what you want to do, right? It comes down to choices. It comes down to choices. So think about that. 3 components to feel good. I want to kind of hit about 3 or 4 topics each podcast. Out of these, I want you guys to get some jewels, some little nuggets that you can immediately begin to apply in your life. If you're just listening to this podcast and you're not getting anything out of it, then it sucks, to be honest with you. Then I'm not doing a good job. And if you're just listening to it and not applying anything, then I would say I'm not doing a good job motivating you and inspiring you to do something. And part of that's on you as well, because you need to take some stuff and begin to implement it in your life. Okay, the third thing I want to talk about is winning the day. Winning the day. At this chamber luncheon, I had a great time with one of the loan officers that we work with, a great partner in our office. I'll give her props, Marla Wynn. She was talking about her and her husband Scott Wynn, and what they're doing in their office is getting everybody to kind of their thoughts and their ideas together of what does it take to win the day. And when they get the stuff done that they have labeled for them of winning the day, that they're done, that they did it, they can go do, you know, something else, whether it's working out, you know, whatever. But what that made me think about is what I talk about all the time, as identify the 1 to 2 things in the most important areas of your life that have you heading towards your desired destination, whatever it is your goal. It's very much the same thing. What does it take to win the day? What does it take to win the day spiritually? And what I mean by that, what does it take? What action do you need to take that at the end of the day you can look back in your spiritual life and you say, you know what, that was a good day spiritually? Okay? What does it take? What action do you need to take in your marriage for you to look back in the day and say, you know what, I gave my spouse what they needed. I gave them the right thing. I spoke their love language. Okay? What does it take? What does it take at the end of the day where you can look back in your parenting and you can say, you know what, today I was a good mom because I did this. Today I was a good dad because I did this. Okay? What does it take in your business? What does it take in your business to look back at the end of the day, say, you know what, I won the day because I got my non-negotiables done. I got my 1 to 2 things done that move the needle the most. What does it take? What does it take for you to win the day in your health? Is it going to the gym and then putting good stuff in your body and then taking a 20-minute nap? What does it take that you can look back and you can say, you know what, today in my health, I won the day. Today in my business, I won the day. Guys, this is so crucial. It's not complicated. Not complicated, but I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying it is easy. But you need to look at the most important areas of your life. You need to identify the 1 to 2 or 3 actions that if they get done in the day, you have won that area of your life. And there's not 1,000 things that you need to do. If you feel like there's 1,000 things that need to get done, it's because you haven't identified and taken the time to find the true 1 to 3 things, right? I give this example all the time, guys, in your marriage. If you're a spouse, if you're a wife, for example, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, my husband, I just have no idea what I need to do to make him happy. I'm doing 1,000 different things and nothing seems to work. Well, have you clearly identified what it is that individual needs? And I guarantee you, when I talk to people, when I talk to couples, when I talk to individuals, they always say, well, I don't know exactly, but why would he or she not like that? And then I ask the question, well, have you guys taken the love language? And they're like, oh yeah, well, we've heard of it, but we actually haven't taken the test. And I'm like, okay, well, here we go. First of all, take the test and find out what it is. Now listen, I understand there's certain people that like the 5 love languages and may not, but it's very, very, it's very good. And I think it's very true and it's very accurate. I know, for example, with my wife, Julie, she likes quality time. She likes quality time. So I'm not confused at the end of the day how I need to win in my marriage. Now, if I was confused and I was to come home and I were to, let's say, help with the dishes, when I came home, I actually brought her some flowers, and then I did the dishes, so I brought the flowers, and then, what else? That was it, right? But I wanted to help out. And then I noticed she needed some help over there, so then I said, you know what, I'll go out and help you do that. And I'm doing all this stuff, right? And then while I'm doing it, I'm telling her how pretty she is. And we're walking by and doing the dishes, like, oh my gosh, Julie, you're so beautiful. And, you look so good in that outfit. But I'm doing the dishes. And all she wants me to do is just, sit down with her and ask her how her day went. And here I am doing the dishes, which probably makes her feel like, well, why is he doing the dishes? Does he not want to hang out with me? And I'm giving her a compliment of how good she looks in those pants, but she doesn't hear it because all she wants is just for me to sit down with her, right? I get her the flowers, but I'm the one that actually puts them in the vase because she's not, gifts are not her love language, so she really doesn't care, right? Now, if I didn't know, I could be at the end of the day, be like, oh my gosh, dude, I freaking work all day. I come home doing the dishes, got you flowers, telling you how good you are. And it's like, oh, that's never enough. It's never enough. No, it's because I haven't identified what it is she needs, or I'm not, doing that one thing of actually spending quality time with her. Listen, guys, please, if anything, find out what it is. Find out what it is in your marriage, the one thing. For my wife, it's words of affirmation and physical touch. If she tells me one thing in the day, she says, you know what, honey, I'm really proud of you, how hard you're working in real estate. You're doing an amazing job, and I'm so happy how you provide for our family. Dude, I'm freaking off the charts. If she says that to me, I'm on cloud 9, right? And then I'm also physical touch. So if she, just maybe comes up to me and rubs my back, it makes my hair stand up, right? It's so true. But I'm not a dinner guy. I'm not like, she had the house clean and dinner on the table and was doing all this other stuff. Like, I'm not into it. I'll be like, oh my gosh, dude, why doesn't my wife, tell me that she loves me? but she's doing all the activity that shows that, but it doesn't register. So that's so important, guys. So to win the day, please go through the most important areas of your life and identify the 1 to 2 things that if you did them every single day, Monday through Friday, Monday through Saturday, and Sunday you can be a flake, go to church and, zone on the couch and watch football or whatever. But if you were to do them every day, you could really look back and say, you know what, I won in that area of my life. Identify those things. One other thing that I want to end with just here, because it's on the topic, we just won that award, and I want to talk about good people make good places. And one of the things for me that's helped me so much in business and so much in, real estate and different things, is I surround myself with people that are better than me. I surround myself with people that lift me up, that motivate me, that can do things in areas that I'm weak in, that they can come in, and that's their strengths. So I know a lot of business professionals, listen to this. Well, I don't know if a lot of business professionals listen to this. I like that more begin to. But the people that I do know listen to it is really, guys, and it kind of goes back to the topic. We're kind of, doing a full 360 here, the drop the anchors and find the elevators. But good people do make good places. And you need to make sure that you get around good people that complement you. As we won this real estate award, New Business of the Year, I mean, it comes down to the people that are in the office that are doing the things. I mean, I may be an okay leader, and I may inspire and do all that kind of stuff, but it comes down to like our real estate concierge, Britt, who just hammered it out and does what she needs to do and does it so incredibly well on social media and our community events and different things like that. The loan officer that we work with, that works with Britt and works with the agents in the office, that goes in there and inspires us and helps us and assists us in the different, activities that we do in the community. My transaction manager that I had on my team for years, who now I'm a partner with in the office, that is just amazing in what she does. And there's no way in the world that stuff could be done that we do without her and without Britt and without Sarah and Anthony, my partners in the real estate as well, and my team members and all the agents in the office. Just good people, incredibly good. The support of Madison and Company Properties, with the president to the owner, all that we partner with in this office, all these different things, the staff. It's just crazy. It's a crazy, the idea that, you need good people in your life. You need people to fill in where you're weak. And if you want to be, great in business and you want to do amazing things, a lot of it has to do, like what we talked about, with the relationships that you develop and surrounding yourself with amazing people. So think about that. Don't ever think that you can do it on your own. Don't ever think, and always give credit where credit's due, and give it to the people that have helped you, maybe experience certain things, whatever that is, your wife, the people that you work with, give them the props, because they're the ones that, deserve it. So anyways, guys, that's it. Thank you so much. I'm going to end it right here because I have to get back to the office. But thank you so much for watching the Winning at Work and Home podcast, episode number 4. As I always say, please, if this benefits you, share it. I'm trying to reach more people, so it helps tremendously. So again, guys, have an awesome rest of your day, evening, morning. Enjoy the rest of your walk, your workout, just hanging out on the couch, whatever you're doing, however you're listening, your commute. Enjoy the rest of that. So thanks, guys.